Let me start this off by giving you a little insight about me. I am passionate about video games. I have a deep love for them. I started gaming really young. Um, my first console, I believe I've mentioned this before, was a Game Boy. I got it after kindergarten for earning straight A's, and it's something I remember to this day very fondly. Video games are something that I simply just love to take part of, whether it's from the development stage to reading about developers themselves to participating in the alphas and the betas and the playtests and all of it, the entire stage. And today I want to talk about a game I recently played. I played Doom: The Dark Ages. Now, Doom: The Dark Ages just came out. It is an installment, I don't know which one, but it is an installment in the Doom series. And it took a different turn. The turn it took us back to more of a medieval storming the castle. You're doing this in like Renaissance era Doom with modern equipment, if that makes sense. So like you have the shields and you have the mace on the chain, whatever you got to do. You have all that, but then you also have like battle shotguns and SMGs and machine guns of various sizes and sorts, and all I'm trying to say is it's a very cool mix. It is very entertaining. I beat the campaign in roughly about 12 and a half-ish hours. Now, I haven't gone back through each of the levels yet and collected all of the secrets and found all the keys and opened all the chests and the hidden doors and the secret fights, and I've done that for the first level. I've gone through pretty much every nook and cranny of the level and looked for secrets and hidden boxes and things of all those natures. But overall, I would say the game is fantastic. I genuinely enjoy it. It's something Bethesda put out, something I've been excited. Now, is it a game that completely stopped me in my tracks? No. Did I have it on my calendar? Did I pre-install it? No. Was it a game I was necessarily excited for? Parts. The trailer, let's start there. The trailer came out a little while ago, and it was interesting. It was a Doom game for sure. It started creating curious thoughts in my head, but it's nothing to the levels or likes of like GTA 6, for example. And then I saw some gameplay, I believe. It may have been the same day as the trailer dropped, but quite honestly, I think it may have been weeks later. And then I kind of just forgot about it. I kind of set it on a shelf in the back of my mind and decided not to think about it for however long until I started seeing it float around PC Game Pass. Pre-install today. Hey, it's coming out soon. So, I still didn't pre-install. I waited until it came out. It came out. I played through the entire campaign on Nightmare difficulty. I didn't play it on Ultra Nightmare, or there's one above it. I'm not quite sure what the name of it is, but it kind of just introduces the idea of once you die, your campaign is done. You have the ability to collect life sigils, and it gives you a chance to like respawn yourself if you die. If you don't have any life sigils, then your campaign is over and you must restart. I didn't play on those modes. I played on the Nightmare mode to where if I die, I can continue playing. However, I didn't die often. I didn't die much. I did increase the enemy's damage to player. I think they had it at 250. I believe I increased it to 300. And then I increased the game speed to 200 as well. And I believe I increased the loot down. I believe they had it at medium to low, and I put it to low. So I did make up for the fact that I didn't play it on the once you die you're dead mode. And overall, I had fun. I got the tips to put the speed mode up from Charlie, our beloved YouTube Lord and Savior, YouTube Jesus, whatever you may call him. He said that the game felt slow at 100%, and I will agree. It does feel slow at 100% speed. I don't think it's 200 now that I'm recalling. I do believe it maxes out at 150, but it still increases the game speed. It still allows you to move more fluidly like a classic Doom game. One thing I did enjoy very thoroughly throughout the game, though, is they did allow you to change the face in the middle of your HUD. I went with the classic. I went with just the straight classic Doom guy sitting there taking damage, making faces. It was all fun. Overall, I did feel like the campaign almost, although I was playing at a higher speed, the campaign did feel fast. It did feel like you could just blaze through it. I feel like maybe you could get it under 12, 11 hours. I feel like maybe you could get a sub 10 hour run and still do pretty decently. I did do a lot of exploring. I spent a couple of times. There were a couple of times where I spent minutes looking for like a shield bash door so I could collect some collectibles or get some health or armor, etc., etc. There were a couple moments in boss fights where I definitely was stuck. There were a couple boss fights where I definitely died. I don't want to spoil any of the bosses or what they'd look like or what you end up fighting. There was a new mechanic with like a parry system. I will say that I didn't mess with the parry system at all. All I did is I changed the color of the parryable attacks. It just kind of made it easier overall just to kind of, see the attacks I could swing back at the enemy. It made it easier. And then they had dragons. The movement system with the dragons is probably one that is going to be very memorable. Rememberable. Is that a word? I think I would just say memorable. I don't think, memorable. The dragon movement was memorable. I can say that. There were a couple of levels where I thoroughly enjoyed the dragon flight, the dragon movement throughout the levels. It definitely left you wanting more, but overall, you can always just go back and play it again. You can go back and find ways to make that last longer, I'm sure. I'm sure there's collectibles and secrets and things of different natures that you can find on the dragon. I'm sure you can figure that out. Overall, though, I am excited to go back through and get some more collectibles, get some more keys, find all the doors, but as far as objective-based story mode, we have completed it. It was fun. I enjoyed it for the most part. I do think it's kind of silly to introduce something like Doom Eternal, where you had like the potential for unlimited missions, and you had the potential to basically play that game until the end of time. I mean, sure, you might be repeating objectives here and there, but with Doom Dark Ages, they gave you a stricter storyline. This is what's happening. There are objectives. This is the end of the story. And for the most part, half of me wishes that, they gave us Doom the Dark Ages or Doom Dark Ages. I don't know if there's a "the" necessarily, but Doom Dark Ages in the format of Eternal, where you had the possibility for unlimited levels. You can just keep going, you just keep playing, you keep grinding away. But I am happy with what they gave us. The game is very fluid at max speed. It is fun to just run around with the shotgun and the shield. You don't really need anything else. I kind of just was switching through weapons as I ran out of ammo. I didn't really plan to go in with certain things. Now, of course, there was the probability that using a certain weapon on a certain boss might take me further than using, my randomly stacked arsenal that I had acquired throughout the game. I'm not even sure I've unlocked all the weapons yet. I just kind of went in there and let Doom Guy do his thing, and I was just kind of the mindless freak behind the controller, you know. And overall, it's a good game. Do I wish they made us use different weapons? Yes. But can you beat the game with the shield and the shotgun? Yes. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening.